Guys, welcome back to my channel. We're doing a weekly favorites, my first weekly favorites of 2017. This is going to be weekly favorites of Friday, January 13th. Ooh la la, that is what some people call bad luck day, Friday the 13th. But in my culture, in my Italian culture, it is good luck. So, today is good luck for me. What can I say? So I'm going to just talk about briefly the things I've been loving for the last couple of weeks. Not too much stuff, but a few new items and a few old ones that I've been really working hard on, and I actually am truly, honestly, I keep gravitating towards these products for the last couple of weeks for some strange reason. So I'm going to dive right in. So the first one I'm going to talk about is a beauty balm. This is the Stila Stay All Day 10-in-1 HD beauty balm. So that's what it looks like. It's got the 10 benefits on the back. I'm not going to read them all, but I have to say I have been loving this under my foundation. It kind of acts as a hydration, moisturizer, and a primer in one. So it hydrates my skin, but at the same time it blurs and somewhat corrects some of my redness and blurs some of my pores. It just makes it so much nicer for my foundation to go on top of. So I have been using this as my moisturizing / priming base, even though I still add my Smashbox primer around this area here. I use this all over the face as like a base to start with, and I have been really enjoying it. I've had this in my collection for a while, and I never really bothered to try it out as a base under foundation. I always thought, oh, you would use it like on its own, but I find it better works with like underneath the foundation as like a beauty balm primer type of deal. And it's not greasy. It makes my skin feel, hydrated, primed, ready for foundation. So I love this. I think this is about $50 at the at Sephora. It's about 1.5 fluid ounces. So you get a pretty decent amount of product for a liquidy foundation. No, a liquidy product. Usually liquid products are like, they range between like 1 fluid ounce and lower, so for it to be 1.5 fluid ounces is a pretty sweet deal. Stila, I love Stila products. My favorite thing from Stila is their all Stay All Day liquid lipsticks. I have a ton of their colors. I plan on expanding my colors from them. They're just one of the most comfortable formulas I love, but this is what I've been really loving for the last couple weeks. And Stila is a great Italian company, and it's just a thumbs up in my book. If you guys are looking for a priming, hydrating base, definitely check that one out. I have no issues with it. It's a one shade type of deal, but the greatness of this is that the shade adjusts to your skin, so it's like a very slight tint. It's not very noticeable on the skin, and it will readjust on your skin once you apply it. So that is, I found, really cool. So thumbs up to Stila on that one. My next particular favorite of the week is, because it is wintertime in Canada, we are experiencing some serious, deathly cold temperatures. So I've been liking the Benefit Fake Up Concealer. That is how much I've finished so far. So I don't have much left. I had a backup of this. This is what I have left. So it's got a balm on the end, like around the concealer, and the concealer in the middle. I had a backup of this, but my mom was complaining that her under eyes were really dry. So I gave her my light version of this. This is medium for me. So I gave my mom the light one, and she's been using it for her under eyes because it helps under her eyes with hydration and all that. She is a little bit much old elderly woman for a mother who has a 28-year-old daughter. She did have me late in life, so she does, the older and more mature skin you have, the more dehydrated it is. This particular hydrating concealer is great for dehydration under the eyes if you are looking for something more hydrating. I find that it helps not crease your under eyes during the day, so it's great for like daytime use. I don't know if I would use this for like nighttime use, just because nighttime I like a full bang, bright triangle, under the eyes. But for daytime, this is really great, and I love it. As you can see, I have been using it, and I am almost done. So I'm going to be sad to see this go, but I have to get through my concealers this year, because I promised myself I wasn't going to buy another concealer until I got through the ones I already had. So with that said, another favorite concealer I love, and I'm wearing it today, is the NYX HD Concealer High Definition Mineral Enriched, formulated without talc and parabens. This is in the shade CW03 Light. So this is basically I want to say this is comparable to the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. However, I think this is a little thicker than the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. This one is in light, and it does have a bit of a pinky undertone, which I don't mind. It's like a salmon-y undertone. Like, I guess you could say pink, but I say salmon. That's just me. So it does do amazing at color correcting under the eyes. You guys can't really tell because my lighting today is awful since I'm filming in the evening. I'm sorry, you guys, but I do have a full-time job, and it's not YouTube, so you gotta bear with me. But anyways, the NYX HD concealers are amazing. Comes with a doe foot applicator. They're really inexpensive at the drugstore. You don't have to break the bank to buy and use a concealer. And I think these are a great drugstore option. I am really, really glad I picked these up. I think I have like 4 or 5 backups, and I picked a bunch of them up when they went on sale. Like, they went on a mad sale in Canada when Target was closing down in Canada. So like, they went on sale for like $2. So I literally picked up 5 or 6, and I had never tried them at the time, but I had heard so many good things about them, so I took a risk, and I ended up picking up 5 or 6 when they went on clearance, and I think I did made a great decision. These are freaking phenomenal. I think originally they range between $6 to $10, depending if you can find it on sale. But when you can get them on clearance, they're even a better price. But it is still a good concealer. It's creamy. It's, I would say quite full coverage. It brightens. It blends out like a dream with the Beauty Blender. So you can't go wrong with that. So I've been testing out new foundations that I have in my collection. Not really new, but like, they've been in my collection. I want to start using them up more, so I've been rotating my foundations quite often. And the one that I have been using on an everyday basis is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup. It's in the shade W6. This is Sun Beige. All of my L'Oreal foundations are in Sun Beige. That's just because it's my color. And they seem to have the same color throughout each particular line. So this is the True Match, the L'Oreal Infallible Matte, the Pro Matte, the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, and the L'Oreal Infallible 24 Hour Wear. They all seem to have the same sun beige color tone. So that is what I am in the L'Oreal foundation world of colors. I like this for everyday because I don't wear makeup for a long period of time on an everyday basis. So this is not very long wearing. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you guys are looking for a long wearing foundation, this is not it. I would say this is probably between a 4 to 6 hour wear. So, it's not long wearing at all. But if you're going out, you're running errands, it's going to be a short day for you, I definitely would say this is great for an everyday use because it gives you amazing coverage. I'm wearing it today. It gives you amazing coverage. It's a more liquidier foundation, not moussey. It's not cakey, but it is a liquidier foundation. It does give you the coverage that you're looking for. You can build it up if you want, but I think one coat of this all on the face is pretty much enough to, get rid of your redness and all that kind of stuff. I don't suggest this as a full long wear foundation. So if you're looking for a full long wear foundation, not the best. It is oil free. It says it's all day wear, but it's not. It's not all day wear. It starts to break down on my face, I would say between the 4 to 6 hour mark. So somewhere in between there, that's when I start to notice the foundation breaking down on my face. It's not a full day wear at all. But if you are, like I said, going out, short amount of time, you want to throw something on your face to look put together, this is a great option. It's inexpensive, so you don't have to worry about breaking the bank. You get one full fluid ounce of the product. It comes in a jar. The only downfall is that this puppy comes in it's just like a little jar that you have to pour out onto your hand. I would prefer that they change the packaging to, a pump, personally, or even a squeezy tube. Like the squeezy tubes from the Infallible line are a great packaging idea. This is just a regular glass bottle, so it's not like you can squeeze everything out and then scrape it all out at the end. So you're gonna have to, kind of bear with that. Personally, for me, I don't mind it for an everyday use. I wouldn't use it on special occasions only because it's not as high standard as I would want it to be for a special occasion type of foundation where I know it's going to last all day. I know it's not going to flash back in pictures. I know it's not going to rub off my face. This will do that, unfortunately. But I don't mind it on an everyday basis. Like I said, again, that's probably like the third or fourth time I said it. On an everyday basis, when you're just kind of, hanging around and not going to special events or anything like that, this is a great option because you don't have to use your expensive foundations every day if you don't need to, if you're trying to save them for like, better events to use them in. So this is a great everyday option. I really have been enjoying it in the sense where it's really, easy to use. It's easy to take off at the end of the day. You're good to go. At the drugstore, you can even find L'Oreal on sale sometimes. So just keep your eyes open when they go on sale. That's probably one of the best times to pick up one of a L'Oreal foundation. So with that said, we're moving into powder products. My bronzer that I have been loving for quite a while now, maybe 3 weeks or so, is the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. This puppy is... I'm sorry, you guys. I'm a little sick. This puppy is the Butter Bronzer. It's the Maru Butter Bronzer, and it's in the shade Bronzer. So it's in the first shade. There's light bronze, and there's just bronze. This is bronze, so this is the darkest one they have. It smells... Oh... I can sit here and smell this all day. Oh my god. It smells legitimately like coconuts, like tropical coconut. Some people say that it smells like a pina colada. I say it smells like straight up coconut. If you love the scent of coconuts, you'll definitely love this. I have been working on this particular bronzer for a good couple weeks, and I still have not made a serious dent in it. So there's a lot of product that comes in this thing. It says that it's 11 grams of product, which is... It's like, that's a lot. I know, like, I think MAC comes with 15 grams of product in a bronzer, if I'm not mistaken. So, there is quite a bit of product in here, and I really love that fact because it lasts a long time. Now, for you guys who are wondering, what kind of bronzer is it? Can I contour with it? I'm wearing the bronzer today. What I did was a very, very light natural contour. So, you might not be able to see it or notice it as much, but it's because I like a natural contour for an everyday basis. So this is good for like warming up the face, doing natural contouring, just making sure that you have natural shadows on your face that are not as noticeable as if you were to use a really dark bronzer. So if you're looking for that more natural look, this is what you would definitely go for. If you're not really into the whole natural look, then maybe shy away from this. But if you prefer the more natural bronzing look, the natural shadow look, this is a definite product that you can get your hands on at the drugstore, discounted even if you can find sales, and you don't have to break the bank for a new bronzer. I'm really debating on buying another one of these when I run out of this, because I'm trying to use the bronzers that I have, but this is just so beautiful on the skin, and it just gives me that natural shadow on the face that I might need to get a backup. It's just that great. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out at your local drugstore. Okay. So for my nails, I have been loving nude nails, Coming into the new year, I didn't really want to do dark nails. I kind of wanted to do nude. This is the nude color I have been wearing currently on my nails. This is the Sally Hansen Complete Salon Manicure, and this is in the shade Camouflage 315. So that is what it looks like. That's what the bottle looks like, and that's the swatch of it on my nails. It's a beautiful nude color. I love it. It looks so good with my skin tone, especially because I'm a little bit dark right now still from self-tanning. But you know what? You can even use this particular color without a top coat because it's got a top coat built into it. So all you have to do is just apply it and let it dry, and that's it. I still added a top coat because that's just me. I'm very picky that way. But if you were, strapped for time, you didn't want to add a top coat to this, this one already has a top coat built in. So it's just a one-stop shop for a nail color application. They have a tons of other colors, but I really love this one. It was like one of my favorite nudie colors ever. So if you're looking for that, again, drugstore. I'm showing you quite a few drugstore items in this particular video. But yes, very good. And I'm sure Sally Hansen goes on sale too, so you can even get that at a discounted price. You guys, my last favorite will come to no surprise because I've included this in many favorites in the past. I've included it in my yearly favorites of 2016. This is my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea palette. That is what the palette looks like. As you can see, I've made some serious dents in these two shades here and in this one here. So this is Starfish Cove and Sand. And I've made a little dent in Mermaid as well. But I am currently today on my eyes wearing Abyss, which is this dark purpley shade, with a little bit of Wave up here, this grayish chromy shade, in the center of the lid to give some dimension. And then in the crease, I am wearing Cove for a crease, and then the color Sand I used to pretty much set my entire eye primer base before I added the shadows. So I have been using this quite a ton. I think it's because it's just so effortless and you don't have to think about it. You could just, you know, you don't have to really come up with a look with this. It just is, it's all very simple and basic, and that's kind of why I like it. I'm not going to lie, the shadow quality is not the greatest. I really found that these two here are very crumbly, and that I had to really pound them down and finally mill them with my brush. And then these shadows here, the shimmer ones, are, they're more flaky in the sense of, I can't describe it. There's quite a bit of fallout is what I want to say. So, I mean, the quality is not, you know, as to what I would suspect Tarte's quality to be, but I can kind of get past that because I just love the concept of this palette. I love how it's so simple. I've traveled with this many times, weekend getaways, all that kind of great stuff. I can come up with a whole bunch of different looks with this, and, you know, I don't have to, you know, lug around a really huge palette. So that's why I really like it. And they're very simple looks that don't take too long to create when you're on the go and traveling. So that's why I've been really liking this palette. I think I want to pan this palette this year, not gonna lie. I'm definitely going to use this palette as an option for a pan that palette in the future. Let me know down below if you want to see a pan that palette from me that I'm actually going to pan, because I did post one last year and I just ended up giving that palette away because it just wasn't working for me. But for this one, I think I really want to I want to pan this palette. So give me a thumbs up on this video to let me know if you want to see a pan that palette progress with this particular palette, and I'll definitely be glad to do so. These are still available at Sephora if you guys are interested in them. You can definitely go check them out at Sephora, and I believe Tarte came out with a volume 2. I think it's a more cooler toned set of shades if I'm not mistaken. But this is the original one, and you know what? I love the original one. I think it does great eye looks, very simple, very fast. Even though there's a bit of fallout, I don't really, I look past the fallout issue because when they apply to the eyes, especially when they're applied wet, the foil, like the shimmery shadows, they look gorgeous. So I kind of look past that. That's it, you guys. That was my favorites for January 13th. So that was quite a bit of stuff. You know, I have been dabbling into new makeup. I'm actually wearing a new lippy today. This is the Ofra Cosmetics liquid lipstick in Napa Valley, in case if anyone is interested. It is a very dark purple, but I absolutely love the shade. Like, it makes my teeth look super white, number one. Number two, I think it's so different. I don't have anything in my collection that is this color, and I was lucky enough to win the color in a giveaway from one of the YouTubers I watch here on YouTube. So I am very grateful that I won the giveaway, and I am definitely I'm definitely thinking of doing my own giveaway in the future. I'm trying to, you know, wait for a milestone, a big milestone in my channel. So I said it in many years when I, you know, first started, when I hit my 1,000, I'm definitely going to do a giveaway. So, you know, only time will tell if that will ever happen. But, yeah, for now, I'm just enjoying what I love to do, and that's testing out beauty products and giving you guys my feedback. So, again, if you guys are wondering, the lip color is Napa Valley by Ofra Cosmetics. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day and a great weekend, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye, everyone. Mwah.